All right, guys, thank you all for joining us. We're going to make this a pin post in the group, and we are going to post it to YouTube. I thought it was something important, and I'd like to discuss it with you. Over the last few days, I got some inboxes from some members that buy in regularly, and what they said was they need to take a step back and take some time off because they bought into stuff like 5-star,
Definitive, Diamond Icons.
Exactly.
Probably the serial number breaks that get overwhelming a little bit.
Right.
The 10 spotters, at least.
The 10 spotters, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not that everybody can afford $18, but
Mm-hmm.
And what they said was that they're just getting skunked, and it's just getting expensive, and it's really frustrating when you spend all this money and you don't get anything. And I've said it for a really long time now, guys, and it's really important. I want to reiterate this. So I want you guys to really consider this and listen and give me some feedback. I've said forever, the way our group evolved, in the very beginning, we opened, I'll never forget, I think our first year was probably 20 cases of Diamond Kings.
Yeah, a lot of Diamond Kings.
About right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
a
it was
ton.
At least, it could have been more.
Yep.
And Jesus. They would fill really quick. Everybody bought the team that they collected. We had so many guys that collected all different teams.
Tigers.
Yeah.
People were fighting over the Tigers.
Yeah. Reds, Mariners, just all team collectors, team and player collectors. And then little by little, I think as more one-pack products came out, with all the Facebook groups where you see mail days and people posting really expensive stuff, and the way the prices of cards have shot up, I think a lot of people forget what it's like to collect their team or their player. Because when you buy into a break, a random team break, in a really expensive product, and you either get skunked, or you get like
a numbered base card.
Right, or a relic of a team that you don't care about, you're really disappointed. But if you're buying into something like, I don't know, Archives, okay, and you buy the Dodgers, because that's who you collect. Even if you get the rookies, some inserts, numbered cards.
Maybe you get an auto.
Maybe you get an auto, or even a product where you get a relic. You're not as disappointed. But I think so many people today are trying to keep up with all the people posting these $2 and $3 and $4 and $5,000 cards. Whether they're doing it on purpose or subliminally, they want to be, in the in crowd or opening the stuff that's cool. It's for whatever reason, man. I think people are embarrassed to say, "Oh, what did you get in last night?" "Oh, I got into a Topps Finest break." "Oh, why would you get into Topps Finest when you could break Dynasty or Luminaries or Diamond Icons?" Well, at the end of the day, guys, if you're buying in just for the gambling part of it, you're going to be disappointed. Okay, there's no two ways around it. There's no way around it. You're going to be disappointed. But if you're buying in and you're buying the team that you like or that you collect, or you're developing relationships with other members, you're chatting in the you're logging onto the chat and talking to guys, finding out what they collect. You guys are trading amongst each other. It makes it much more enjoyable, and then you don't get disappointed as much. What would you like to add?
Oh, I got a lot, but as most of you know, I've been involved in the group, not involved in the group, back in the group, and I've met a lot of great people in this group, people that I hope I can stay in contact with the rest of my life. But just myself, you all know that I buy high-end cards and I buy all sorts of nonsense to try to flip, but it doesn't have to be everybody's game. I'm a gigantic Phillies fan, and when I go on a limb, and I'll tell you what my favorite card ever pulled was, I go out on a limb and just take the Phillies in a couple breaks. I got an amazing card. It was in like Diamond Icons, but Phillies weren't one of the expensive teams.
I remember.
But I got the Rhys Hoskins gold frame with a star on it. The card's never going to be worth more than like $150, but it's never leaving my PC. It's one of my favorite cards. If I buy Phillies in Finest, they probably have like one crappy auto, but when I get my stack of Phillies stuff, it's like, this is stuff I'm probably going to keep, or like, and the Eagles and stuff like that. don't focus on investing and flipping guys in here in the break. And first and foremost, we want you to know how much we really do appreciate every spot you take. But, we're trying to get back to the heart of collecting. And we're not sitting here so we can fill the lower-end football. We just don't want people to feel pressured to buy the $180 serial number spot. If that's what you want and that's your thing, go buy 5 spots in a case of the $180 a spot of NT College or whatever. Save your money for basketball, NT, or whatever. Basketball this year is going to be nuts. But just like John said, don't worry about what other people do. That's kind of something Mike would say, right? In his live videos, he talks about not worrying. No, but positivity is my point.
Yeah,
positivity. Don't worry about what other people do, and buy what you like.
No, I agree with you, Garrett. We try to post a good mix of PYT and randoms.
Yep.
We do offer to give people their team if they miss out. We try all the time to do that. One of my earliest customers, and one of the ways you can tell how long a person's been in the group. So we use these name tags. I don't know if you can see like something like this.
Yep.
And we put a sticker across and we write their name. And I remember when we first started, we only had a green Sharpie. Remember?
And last names only.
It was last name only in a green Sharpie.
Yep.
And I had a guy who was on one of these cards, and it was a last name only green Sharpie. Like a super, super OG. And he got really upset with me about telling him we have a waiting list for teams. And he freaked out. He got really mad at me. He unfriended me. He left the group. And he hasn't talked to me for a year and a half. Like I did something wrong because I was trying to be courteous.
Right.
And give people the team that they want. They want to get in line for. And it really
Mike,
upset.
nobody else holds teams for guys, and we try to be as fair as humanly possible.
I know, and I tell you guys all the time, you're not going to come into our group and only buy
NT Mavericks.
Ain't happening.
No.
I don't need your business. I don't want your business. That does me no good. It does the group no good. It gets people upset. That's not happening. So, we really want to stress and reiterate, guys, to get back to collecting. This stuff is way too expensive to be just in it for the gamble, okay? We can fill tons of stuff, but if you're just going to gamble, you're going to get upset. I'm telling you, when you get into stuff like Archives or Finest, or give me some other products that are, maybe don't have the...
Heritage, not many hits in the whole case.
Exactly, but it's got all the variations. We ship all the rookies. We ship all the variations. I'm just saying, guys, no one will be upset. Soccer stuff, all sorts of other sports. There's loads of basketball. There's I'll tell you, one of my favorite basketball products, and it has gone down the last 2 years. You know what it is? It's Cornerstones.
Yeah, right.
They're one of the nicest cards that get produced every year.
But because it's not getting pumped, or whatever you want to call it,
yep.
It's not a Key 3 product, it's lower end. But
the cool kids don't like it. Because it's not NT, immaculate, flawless, and it comes out after the season.
Totally true, Matt. Totally true. Friends and family, that's what the group is like.
It gets dumped. I can't tell you guys how many people have sent me and my family gifts, sent stuff to my kids, sent thank you cards, all sorts of cool stuff. How many people I've gotten to meet, and no one has ever posted in the group, and I've probably gotten 5 messages throughout the year. Yeah, exactly, Chris. I agree. I've probably gotten 5 messages throughout the year every week, and my wife and Eamon will attest to this, and anyone who's gotten one will attest to it too. Do you know how many free packs we send every week? Like the Topps and Panini packs that we could probably sell
for $10 a piece.
For $10 a piece.
Yeah, but we give them away. If you have a bad run, you do a couple serial number breaks, or you were in 2 breaks and got nothing. Instead of selling these silver packs that we have sitting around, we send you a pack, and
I got rows of them. I'm not joking. Look at this. I've got right there those white boxes.
That's probably 300 silver packs from Topps Series.
All
1.
packs. Okay, that I'd rather give to you guys when you're on a bad run than take the money for. And a lot of people, unfortunately, will say, huh, I just spent $400 and the guy sends me 2 packs. You know what Eamon said to me the other day? He said, I've been in breaks with so many people. I've never gotten anything. You know, my wife writes a handwritten note. Every single new person, your first buy-in. If you get skunked, she writes you a note. We send you the packs. We try to go above and beyond to try to make it fun. Because there's nothing fun about spending, $2.99 on a team in NT and getting crap. And it's not even a team that you collect.
Right.
You know?
You're just chasing the Wanders and chasing the Lucas because, let's face it. It's what everybody else is doing.
It's what everybody else is doing.
It's good for the story if you hit it, right? But 9 times out of 10 or more,
you're going to miss.
You're going to miss, and then you have to pay that bill next week that's $450. So you guys are the ones that make the decision of what you buy, and we're not telling you not to buy. We fill the breaks either way, right?
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed to buy anything, like John said, and buy what you like. And then if we tag you, we're only tagging you because you've bought into previous similar breaks. If you're not in a position to buy at that time, so totally cool.
Yeah.
Come back next time. We just try, the notifications, as we know and have been talking about, we're making steps and improving things to try to get the website up and running. And I know it was running at one point, and people pushed against it. So we're going to do everything we can to make it as easy as a transition as possible. Not today, not tomorrow, but, next couple weeks, next couple months, you're going to see a lot of changes in SCI, all for the better. I'm only here to help, guys. I'm not here to just be the annoying breaker, or I'm not just here sorting. Bringing all my ideas to the table, and we're trying our best to work as a team. Steve, Dave, everybody else, Jess, of course, and other guys that have helped with videos and lists. You guys help us make this what it is. And everybody who buys spots, CI fam, right?
That's why, I don't know how many of you noticed. On every video that I ever run, and before and after every break I ever run, I always say thank you guys so much for the fill, because we truly mean it. And
AJ, that's so cool. He still has the note from his first break.
Oh, there you go. Wow, see? And, I just want to get back to, it may not be fun for any of us to open archives or heritage or any of this stuff, because it's so many friggin' packs. And it takes so long. And I get you guys know I get exhausted. And
about 8:05.
Screw you. But at the end of the day, guys, you're not going to
Paige. We forgot Paige.
You're not going to get...
Paige is kind of there.
Yeah, well, sort of. We haven't seen the guy for a year. He's too busy playing with ferrets. Is that what they're called?
Bowling balls.
Yeah, Ben knows animals he has.
Skunks.
What are they called?
Skunk.
Ferrets?
Tweets or twits?
I don't think they smell good.
Hutchins said Eamon is the better version of John.
Yeah. But, no, seriously, guys, it's really important. And
Paige, I'm just kidding, buddy.
We want you guys to be happy and never feel like that, or never feel like, that the hobby is becoming just gambling. Because I grew up on cards, and we'll get right with you, Chris. I grew up on cards. I met Eamon at a card show, in 2008, man. We've been friends for 11 years. I met a lot of you guys in person. I had a lot of people at our wedding that I met from doing cards. It's a great hobby if you remember that it's a hobby, and everyone has a different budget. And for some of you guys, maybe your budget, if your favorite team is the Detroit Lions, maybe what you save up for is the Lions in Flawless, NT, Immaculate, you know what I mean? Higher end stuff like that.
Yeah, buy what you like.
You don't need to... Everybody doesn't need to be an Arizona Cardinal or New York Giant fan this year.
Yeah.
Because you're only going to get upset. You're only going to get upset if you whiff. And then you're going to leave the group. Or then you're going to say something nasty in the chat.
Right.
So,
to address that really quickly, when negative stuff does get stuck in the chat, that's cool. You guys want to pop off in there, it's fine. But if we don't respond to that, it's only because we're trying our best to keep the positivity. We get it. You spend $200, you get nothing, it sucks. You want to drop the F-bomb or whatever you want in the chat, whatever, guys. But we're probably not going to respond, and it's not personal. We just want to keep the positivity while breaking cards for the other guys that are having a good time. Don't worry about it.
So, again, let's conclude by telling you guys how much we appreciate you and every single spot you buy, whether you can afford to buy spots every week or once a month or whatever, or there's just certain products that you save up for. But please, guys, just remember that the hobby was built on collecting. And the more that you guys focus on the teams or players that you want or building relationships with other guys in the group, it's going to, I promise, it's going to be more fun. Seriously. It'll be a lot more fun. I mean, really. How about I'll leave you guys with one last thing. Do you know we spent, and it took me an entire day because we only had one keyboard and one monitor this year at the National, okay? Do you know it took me a whole day to run those breaks for the kids?
We sacrificed a day
A
of
whole day at the
day
National.
of revenue. So we're not talking numbers here, but a full day of revenue in Chicago that we spent X to be at. We focused on just doing kids breaks for people's families that were $20 spots, and every person in the break got a silver pack, which we were selling for $8 to $10 a piece.
And not only that, my kid drew something for every single kid with their name on it and a picture. So again, we try to go above and beyond and make it more about the collecting and the hobby rather than just what the big hit was. The big hits are great, but at the end of the day, it's like going to a casino. If you're just people quit the casino, they get frustrated. They scream at the dealer. They hate the dealer. They're doing this. I can't break with this guy. I never get anything from him. Do you really think it's my fault? I mean, some people do, but please, let's get back to collecting, not worrying about what everybody else is buying. Stay within your budget, and nobody will ever get upset. I promise, guys. So thank you very much. Do you have anything you want to add?
Here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to go off live, and we'll stay live for a couple minutes of questions.
Yep, sounds good.
So, sayonara.